Setup. Hopefully, it's a little bit of a better view this time. We're slowly trying to figure out how to do this dual camera thing over on TikTok, and it's getting a little complicated, but that's okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get the pole set up, and then we're gonna go find a good spot. So we're on the Mogador Reservoir in Mogador, Ohio. And this was a spot that we were suggested to try out by somebody that actually bought a pole off of me. And so, hey, thanks for the follow. But we haven't had a chance to get out here just due to everything else. So, with it being a little colder today, it's very likely we don't get anything, but you also never know. So, there are a lot of fish jumping at the moment. I'm looking for my knife so I can cut some of these worms up. They're a little bigger, so that way we can last a little bit longer out here. We're gonna try to hit these guys that are jumping right here before we start moving around. This is the wrong part of the knife. They make these things way too difficult to get out. Actually, I may be able to cut it with the line clipper portion of this. Yep. All right, we're good to go. So we're just starting off small, just to see if we can't get any bites since they're jumping. But so we are right here by some lily pads, and they're jumping right here by it. So we're gonna just see if we can't get anybody to latch on to start the morning. Hey, thanks there, Noah. Oh, we had a bite. We had a hit, but nothing too crazy or too hard yet. Ooh. Almost took the worm off, but all right, so they are biting. Good. Very good sign. We also did bring shrimp with us, so we do have extra bait just in case we run out of night crawlers, but we figured we would try the night crawlers first. We typically get better results with them, especially this late into the summer. And with it being as cold as it is right now. So if we lose this worm, I may actually go ahead and try a shrimp right off the bat just to see. So I've never actually been out here. I've been told there's a lot of cats. There are a lot of bass, mostly large. This is a reservoir, but it's not nearly as clear water as the other reservoirs we normally go to for some reason. There's something we keep getting stuck on right in here. It's feeling like bites, but maybe it's not. Oh, we lost the shrimp or the worm. Let's go ahead and see. I don't know if the shrimp are thawed out enough, but it's worth a shot just to see what we're dealing with over here. Let's frost off of it. All right. Let's see if anything wants the shrimp. Hey, thanks for the likes. All right, we may go ahead and troll some shrimp here just while we explore a little bit. So So for those just joining, we are on the Mogador Reservoir in Mogador, Ohio. Never been here, but we were told we should check it out. So we're just getting onto the water. We haven't actually paddled yet, as weird as that is. Because there's just a lot of fish jumping right around here. So we're just seeing if we can't get anybody to hit real quick. We've lost half a worm, and we're also just seeing if anybody's interested in the shrimp, because this area specifically is known for a lot of catfish, as well as the bass. So it's very possible we may be able to attract a cat or two with the shrimp. You never know. So. So we're about to, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and troll the shrimp around for a minute. We're going to see about if with the pull up, if we're able to fit under the overpass here, or underpass. There's a little tunnel for the kayaks to go across to the main section of the water. So we're going to see if we can fit or not. So I get my line caught from my kayak. Yeah, we're gonna go see, because this is a very big reservoir. That's part of it's just a little bit further away than I normally go, which is part of why we haven't made it out here this summer yet. But today I was able to make it work pretty well. So much calmer than the river the past couple of times. For those that were with us, we aren't gonna last time. We're not gonna have to get out and push here. So, and I also don't even need to bother with bringing my anchor here. All right, so I think to go under here, we may have to lower the rod down. So we're about to go under this, or through this little tunnel here. We're gonna take the rod down. We're gonna keep it out. We're gonna bring it down. So maybe we'll get something going through here. A lot of bugs in here, but I think we'll be all right. All right, here we go. Going in. It's a much lower clearance tunnel than we normally have. And we're through. Nice and easy. Hey, Pete. Nice, Asheville. We've been there a couple of times. For Reach Gathering specifically is why we've been in Asheville. My cousin lived in Asheville for a while. Pastored out there. I know quite a few people in that area. Oop, had a bite. There are a lot of bugs on this water. And it is a little murky. But, oh, we lost the shrimp completely. That was a much bigger bite than I thought. All right, well, that's okay, because I want to throw a worm on and a bigger one than normal, or than we did earlier. 'Cause we're in a spot that appears that we should be able to get a bass or two if they're hungry enough. So there's multiple fallen trees right here, and there's been multiple jumps in the water. So we'll see if we can get somebody interested. Right here. I think we're stuck. I wasn't sure, but it feels like we may be stuck, guys. There we go. Release. This water is just super, super murky, especially compared to what we were dealing with earlier this week. Everywhere this week, actually. Oh, we got one? No. Nope. We're about to run into a log. Don't want to do that. There's some like island structures out here. There's a giant white crane just sitting up in a tree up here. Hey, what up, Fred? They're decent sized announcements, so we'll go ahead and announce for the first time now. So there's two things that are going on. Ooh, there's a gray crane over here too. Sorry, I'm distracted. There's two giant birds. Right. So we've got some announcement stuff. So those of you that were listening or watching the stream last whatever day that was, I was out Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever it was. Heard us talking about the fact that we were working on a website. This website is one that is going to be a little bit more community based, and one that is also going to be designed for people that are learning, wanting to learn, or have people that are asking them how to do stuff and they don't know themselves. So it's more of a beginner level type help blog setup. But there's also a database that we have, I think, finalized as of last night. I have to double check a couple things when I get done here today, but we're hoping to have it launched here this evening. It's going to be a database that users are going to be able to input things. Yes, gray crane. Yes. Maybe a blue heron. I'm not sure. I'm colorblind, so that doesn't help. Unfortunately, I can't do the dual camera on YouTube. Otherwise, I would try to show you. But this database is going to be something where users are going to be able to go put in waters that they frequent a lot, whether it's for kayaking, whether it's for fishing, whatever it might be, that has some, oh yeah, it's a blue heron. He just flew off and I can see it now. But we, that has different information than you get on a lot of these fishing apps and things like that. Because these fishing apps, you know, they give us a lot of information, but it's a lot of information that a lot of newer fishermen don't understand and can't really use. We really don't care about the water temperature. We really don't care about the air pressure. You know, we don't even know how to necessarily read the maps. And so that information is not helpful. But what would be helpful is things like, can I actually find parking? Where can I park? You know, things like that. Is there wheelchair access? Is there a spot for me to be able to bring my kid that can't walk? Is he going to be able to get into a kayak? You know, do they have a handicap launch for the kayaks? Do they sell food there? Are there public restrooms? What fish have people seen? Not what is supposed to be in that water that you have to go searching for, but what fish do we know are in the water that people have seen or caught, so that we know that we're not going to be going wasting our time if we're just wanting to catch a fish and don't have much time. Those kind of things that will help people be able to get into this without the frustration of some of the gatekeeping that we see on with a lot of groups, especially on Facebook. Not so much TikTok. TikTok is super helpful most of the time. But there is a lot of gatekeeping on Facebook that we see from people that are like, well, I'm never going to tell you where I go because I don't want you coming there. You know, all that kind of stuff. So this website is one that anybody would be able to get on and access. They're able to search for exactly what they're looking for, whether they're wanting to look for it by state or zip code, or whether or not it has ADA access, whether or not they sell bait, whether or not they rent kayaks. You know, all of that kind of stuff, you'll be able to search and be able to find exactly what you're looking for, as long as another user has inputted the information. So that site is going to be going live this evening, and we are going to be able to start building that out. That's part of why I chose to come here today. Is we currently only have things that I have inputted. I've been to 18 different locations this summer, and so that's what we've already got put in. This is number 19 right here. So at the moment, there's only 19 inputs, and those 19 inputs are all within you know, a 20-mile radius or 30-mile radius of my house. We need more than that, so we're going to be launching that. So those of you on TikTok, make sure you are following us over here, so that way you can get the announcement when it's live and find the link, because the link's going to be a little bit complicated until we can pay for it. And then those of you on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. We'll be putting something out there. On Twitch, we'll be putting something out there. All that kind of different stuff. You know, we're going to be putting all that information out here this evening, hopefully. And then in addition to that, I mentioned the fact that until we can pay for it, it's going to have a very long, weird-looking URL. Part of how we're going to pay for it is we just launched a Patreon account. We don't even have it's not even technically launched yet because we don't even have the tiers yet. But If you would like to help us be able to finance that website and get it a little bit easier to use in terms of the fact that we can actually have a custom domain, that would be very helpful. And so we're also going to be announcing the Patreon tonight as well. So those are the two big announcements, and they're ones that we are hoping are going to be very beneficial for a lot of people, very helpful for a lot of people. We already have a few blogs written talking about water safety, talking about some of the different things as far as like how to identify certain fish, what actually you need to get started, different things like that we've got already going, and then we're going to get some more blogs going here in the near future to help people as well. Will it involve heron sighting? I don't know. There's a spot on there for birding. So like if you're at a park that is known for their birds, go ahead and add that information in. A lot of the reservoirs we have around here are bald eagle sanctuaries also. And so they literally have bald eagle, there's bald eagles flying all over the place. So we added that in, that there's it's a bald eagle sanctuary on top of that. So you're going to get that aspect as well. But yeah, Fred, if you like herons, you should follow us, because we have them following us all the time. When we're out in the kayak, we see at least one or two every day that we're out. As far as the launch date, like I said, the goal is that the beta version of it will be up tonight. That way we can get feedback. That way we can start inputting some more locations. And then once we can finance it, we'll make it a little bit fancier with the actual decent URL and all that good stuff, because it costs about $50 a month for the website to run smoothly. And so that's what we need to be able to finance. Will future blogs involve a lot of heron content? That's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know how many birding people are going to want to be involved, but hey, if you guys want to add some birding information in there, then by all means, and then we see there's a desire for it, we'll add some content on how to identify some of these birds that are always flying around. And in a way that is better than my colorblind eyes trying to do it. Yeah, it's just sitting over there. It looks like one of the blue herons that are always flying around. It's the first time I've seen a white one out here, or out while we've been out. This is our first time actually on this water, so it's probably pretty normal around here. But yeah, make sure you're following, subscribing to all the channels, so that way you can be updated when we actually go live with it. And then you'll be able to get the links and everything to be able to throw in your favorite spot and all that good stuff. We'll see if we get any bites today. We had a few right there at the start, but we wanted to explore the water a little bit. It is the weather has been so weird. Like we have had nonstop extreme heat for months, and then all of a sudden, like we were at 90 degrees one day, and then the next day it was like 60. And so the water temperatures have dropped and the air temperatures have dropped, and makes it a little harder to get fish interested when that happens. But we got a lot of seaweed, which that's the other thing that we added onto that database is people don't talk about what the floor of the lake or river really is. And so, you go and you're somebody like me who can't fish topwater to save their lives, but fish bottom all the time. and have no idea when someone's like, "Oh yeah, we catch stuff all the time. It's real easy to catch. It's clean." Well, they never go. They never go deep to the bottom, which is what I do typically. And so I'm getting stuck and pulling up nothing but grass and everything, and had no idea because nobody ever talks about what the bottom is. Getting some stuff already again, like that. I hadn't even gotten to the bottom yet. That or we have a fish on, but I'm pretty sure I've got weeds on. Is what we got? Yeah, more weeds. All right, we're not gonna throw over here anymore. All right, let's go ahead and just keep moving around and see if we can't find any other places of interest. See if we can't find Fred any more herons as well. But so we're going to, those of you that follow on the regular Ministry Misfits pages, also, we're going to be putting information out on that as well. KFM folks, same thing. You'll get that information on the KFM site and on the KFM stuff as well. Overwhelming Victory people, same thing. That's it'll be put out wherever it needs to. So we're gonna keep on moving up here and just see what we can do. It's a little channel in here. I wonder if we can. Another small one over there. I wonder, maybe we'll go around that one and head that direction over there. Looks like there may be a fishing pier over there. So maybe, yeah. Okay, I think I know what we're gonna do. What do I do in case of gator encounter? If I have a gator here, we have a big problem. So I'm in Ohio. If I run into a gator, I have a much bigger issue on my hands than most because there should not be any gators in this water. The closest thing we've got are muskie. And I mean, people fish them out of the Tusk River all the time. I avoid fishing for them because I really don't want to mess with the teeth while I'm in the kayak. Not something that I think would be beneficial by any means. But yeah, we're in northeastern Ohio. So if there are gators around here, they were brought here illegally by pet, exotic pet smuggler type things. And the nice thing is where I'm at, we really don't have any poisonous water snakes either. There are water snakes around, but most of them are, they're not poisonous by any means. So it's not really anything to be worried about. Yeah, for the most part, we've got nothing to worry about with being in the water around here. Outside of more so outside of bacterial infections and things like that, is more of what people end up having to worry about when doing this. We have had a lot of cases, unfortunately, of drownings, though, which is part of why the first blog we wrote for that new site is one about why, a lot of the stuff we focus on is the fact that like you can do this stuff on a budget. Like this is not something you have to be rich to do. You know, you can find cheap gear, you can find cheap kayaks, you can find all that stuff, but the one thing you don't want to cheap out on is the PFD. um you know, that's the first blog we wrote, is that, you know, the one place you want to actually spend the money is definitely on the PFD. So I said, we've unfortunately seen a lot of drownings and kayak related accidents and things like that um recently, over the past, I don't even know, 6 to 8 months, maybe something like that is what we've been seeing. I've been told though from Florida fishermen, kayak fishermen, that for the most part, if you just kind of smack them on the nose with the paddle, they leave you alone. Um, that is true. I did think for that. We do have snapping turtles. That is a big issue we do have around here. I caught one accidentally back, beginning of summer. Um, you know, we have a lot of snapping turtle type stuff around here, but they also are pretty easy to avoid. If you know where they're at, you can just, you know, kind of cast around them. I'm not sure what's going on. More seaweed or kelp or whatever this stuff is called. Grass. I will say I have been very impressed with myself how easily I figured out how to paddle one-handed while also handling the rod. So I did not expect myself to be able to do that this season, since this is the first season of trying to kayak fish. But we actually managed to figure it out pretty quickly. All right, we're gonna actually leave that sit and start moving towards where. Oh my goodness, that was a huge, huge bass right there. Okay. Sorry, unfortunately, I had the camera pointed the wrong direction, but you can probably see the ripple effect still. He jumped a good foot out of the air. We're gonna go over here and see if we can't entice him a little bit, and hopefully not interfere with these other guys in that boat. There was a little one that jumped out with him too on the other side. So let's see here. It's gonna be real fast. It's stuck on the bottom. Oh, we got bites. Wonder if we got the worm off. Nope, worm's still on. I'm gonna go ahead and throw behind us. So another one just jumped over here too. It split the middle of where all the jumping is going on. Oh, there's one jumping over there. They're all jumping, but just nowhere in. They're all going around me. I'm jumping over here now. I think you guys may have seen that one. Oh, we lost the worm pretty much there. All right, let's go ahead and put another one in, a little bigger before we move from here. We know they're here. It's just a matter of getting a bite. I've got weed on. I've got more grass on. That was super evident right away. Uh, ooh, bites. Big bites. Not sure what's going on. Big bites. If I can't tell if we got somebody on or not. A lot of grass that we got on now. Got the worm off. Got the worm off and replaced it with this. But we definitely had bites. We're gonna do one more worm, then we're gonna do one shrimp, and then we're gonna move. Tied up at the top. There we go. I don't know what the deal is with TikTok at the moment. All right, TikTok, hang on. I don't know what's going on. Your screen went black. It gave me the puzzle piece thing. I did it. And now it's just black. And the puzzle piece is back. I don't know if I don't have enough cert. There it goes. Okay. They're jumping right where we were a second ago now. Ah, we're stuck. I don't know what we're stuck on, but we're stuck. And we're not stuck anymore. They're just jumping right in front of me. You guys probably can see it on TikTok at least. So if the water was clear, we'd probably be able to see that there are just fish all underneath me in every direction. Just none of them are biting at all. And one just jumped right behind me again. Like I'm saying, and they're mocking me at this point. Yeah, what world? Oh, well, look at what we've found here. So I guess we've technically caught something now. Bunch of little tiny clams. So we'll take those with us, I guess. I'm not gonna put it on the counter, but I just realized I never even put it on the camera here. All right, guys, we're gonna try a shrimp over here just to see. Uh, yes, they're just jumping everywhere. Felt like a bite for a second there. Ooh. Oh, we got one. Oh, we let go. We had one. Maybe we'll come back for it. We had one. So we at least we've caught some clams, and we had one that we lost towards the side of the boat. Didn't even hit the boat, so we can't count it. But we know they like the shrimp more than the worms. So okay. All right, so we're gonna stay right here for right now and keep going with these as we're getting movement and everything here. I think the hook is not exposed. Aha, it's not. That last guy moved the hook for away from it. So even if we were getting bites, we weren't gonna feel it. You guys see that one jump? All right, let's go that way. Oh my goodness, right in front of me. Right in front of me. Just off camera, but right in front of me, it jumps. Let's see if we can't get its attention a little bit here. Hey, what up, Gio? Yeah, so Gio, no Kingdom on the road this morning because Ant got booked for a speaking gig in Houston and has to travel. And Joe had a business meeting that had to get taken care of. And so I'm just out on the water today. No, not yet. We had one fish that, oh, hang on. Maybe we got one right here. Feels like we might. Nope. It's just more weeds. We had one fish that we lost right here by the side of the boat, but it wasn't in the boat enough to count. There are fish jumping all over the place right here. So that's why we're just sitting here. We've been trying worms and nothing. So now we've switched over to shrimp, and that's what's been getting more, a little bit more action. We have seen and had about herons. But we also have announced, and so we'll do it again because it's been about an hour since we did it. So we are announcing the fact that we tonight should be, assuming everything goes right, tonight we will be launching the new website that has all of the stuff that we've been talking about the past few weeks. So we're going to have a database for people to be able to input places that they go for water in general. So whether it's kayaking, whether it's fishing, whether it's just, being out at the lake, whatever it might be, birding, because we've had that discussion today as well. All that kind of stuff. There will be spots for people to be able to put in where they go, and then some information that is not normally accessible by other apps and things like that. So things like, is there ADA access? Are there public restrooms? Can you actually park anywhere nearby? What's the parking situation like? What's the ADA situation like? We're not getting super specific details like water pressure and water temperature and things like that, but instead we're just is it muddy? Is it clear? Am I going to be stuck in the grass the whole day? Is there hiking trails? Is there birding trails? Is there a playground for the kids? Is there a campground nearby? Is there, all that kind of stuff is more of what we want to provide. And so that database should be online tonight for the beta tests, for people to be able to start inputting stuff. So that way we can start building it up, seeing what we need to fix, if there's anything else we need to add, all that kind of stuff. And then in addition to that, we are going to have to be able to pay for the site somehow. So we are also going to be launching tonight a new Patreon page specifically for the outdoors channels, that will help us be able to pay for the website, and any other fees we might incur doing this kind of stuff. So be on the lookout for all that. So the best way to find out when we actually launch is to make sure you're following wherever it is you're watching right now. So if you're on TikTok, make sure you're following, subscribing us on here, because we'll be announcing it on here. Those of you on Twitch, make sure you follow us there as well. And then whatever YouTube channel you may be watching us on, go ahead and subscribe, whether it's KFM or Overwhelming Victory or regular Misfits or Misfits Outdoors, whatever it might be, go ahead and subscribe there, because whatever it is, you will eventually get a notification about the fact that we're live. You can also go find us on Facebook and Instagram as Misfits Outdoors there, and we'll be announcing it there as well. If you're following on any of the KFM or Overwhelming Victory channels on social media, you also get the notification there. We're going to share it everywhere. So we got some big stuff happening tonight. Assuming that everything goes according to even the minimum plan, we should at least have links up tonight, even if they're not 100% done. The main thing that we're still working on the website is just getting the making sure all the links are working and making sure that it's as close to mobile optimized. Well, it always takes a few rounds of changes before mobile optimized anymore, but we're hoping to have that done here tonight. And then the Patreon page, it should at least have a couple of tiers. We're still working on trying to get a couple of the other ones figured out exactly what we want to be able to offer and things like that. Yeah, all that should be out tonight. And there's a fish that just surfaced. Did not jump, but it surfaced. So let's see if we can't get it out far enough to hit it. That's decent. And there was one that just jumped to the side of us. That's been how the day's been going. We have seen a lot of fish. We have caught half of one, and we've caught some. So Gio, we also did catch some little mussels also. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Gio says, it's all for the glory of the Lord. Absolutely. I almost knocked my camera in the water trying to put that up. Yeah, that's the thing people don't realize with websites is that most websites cost at least $50 a month, and that's for cheap ones. The nice thing is that because I am a web builder, I don't have to pay anybody to make my websites. That's also the part of why it takes a little bit longer is because I'm trying to be the one to make them. While I'm also trying to make other client websites. So if you need a website, be sure to let me know about that too. But yeah, it just takes a little bit to get up where it'll be a nice, easy URL. It'll still be live, it'll still be working, but it may be a little bit harder for people to access until we get a little bit of funding going for it. Oh, we had a bite. I'm not sure if we got fish on or if we've got weed on. There's something still. It's weeds, of course. All right. I think we're ready to start moving on from here because we've now hit all the sides and they're jumping around us and biting and then not doing anything. Also, we have not done this update yet, but it just popped up on the Twitch auto feed. So, for those that are in need of prayer of any kind, go to kfmbroadcasting.com/prayer. That is the prayer portal that we have over on the KFM Broadcasting Network website. So you can put as little or as much information as you want, if you want anything like that. But when you submit that form, it automatically goes to our prayer team, so that we're able to pray with you for whatever it is that you're asking for. Thought we had one for a second. I guess not. Unless it's swimming towards me. No. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead then and toss this out. And then we're going to go ahead and just move back the direction that we were originally heading. For not with us like an hour ago when we ended up sitting here. We were originally heading towards a completely different section of this reservoir. So we are in a new reservoir we've never been in. I just about dropped my net into the water. That we were suggested by that was watching a while to try out. And so we've never been here. This is the first time. We've intended on coming a few other times. That this is the first day we've actually managed to get out here. And so we don't really know where everything is at. I've driven by here a few times, quite a few times. in the past, but this is the first time we've been out on the water here. So let's keep on moving. And we're still dragging the shrimp because why not? Why not? We know that they're biting it. It's just a matter of getting somebody to latch on. So we're going to start heading across the lake a little bit. Some geese over there. Oh, we might have somebody. Maybe not. We were dragging. Yeah, we were just dragging. The rod was definitely moving. Not for what we wanted. There was some movement over here. We'll see. Hold around. Felt a bite for a second, so I'm gonna leave it here for a minute. TikTok, you may lose me for 1 minute. All right, we're gonna go ahead and just toss this back where we were at, and keep on trucking along. Wind is still picking up also, so we'll see how that affects things. I would imagine we should get at least a fish today that we actually get into the boat. Like I said, we had the one that we lost right by the boat, but now we're gonna try to get one to land in the boat. First ban of the day, Gio. Yeah, for those on TikTok that have no idea what we're talking about, over on Twitch, my mod Geo to the Max is the one that's been talking to me, commenting, and just had to ban another bot because you know how they are. Luckily, we don't get too many bots in the TikTok chats. You guys are all pretty chill most of the time. Oh, fish jumped out ahead of us, but pretty far out ahead of us. But that's actually where we're headed, so that's a good sign. So we're gonna see. Hey, thanks for the likes. We're gonna see how much longer this year I'm gonna be able to be in the kayak, because the temperature seems to be decided that it's actually gonna stay dry, which is very disappointing because it's not even technically September. Fish, yes, fish jump out of the water. So yeah, they jump quite a bit. That's what I am horrible water. like I've not even gotten a hit on a topwater. A lot of people do really well with topwater because of the fact that bass especially jump a lot. They jump big, they jump tall, and they hit hard on those jumps, and it's really exciting. And people like to watch it on TikTok and YouTube and everything like that. I don't do well with topwater, but typically if I go near where they're jumping and then start dragging the bottom, I end up catching a few. That's the one that we semi caught a little bit ago that we then lost as we were pulling it in. Was one that the only reason we were throwing over there was because of the fact that they were jumping all over the place. That's it. They were kind of mocking us because they kept jumping around where my line was. And it's the where you throw in the whole meme of I take it personal type of thing. Because it seems pretty personal when I'm offering up free food and they're just jumping and dancing around it rather than just taking it. But, all right, we're working our way over where we were headed. Fish are being silly. No, fish are being mean. That's what they are. We're almost up there. All right, so we've got fallen trees down, which unfortunately means I'm probably gonna get stuck. A lot of trees down over here. And a lot of low level trees also. Oh, okay. Well, something took the shrimp off. I guess we're gonna go ahead and put a worm on for now, though. Just because we're in a new spot. But I'm not sure if it was a fish that took the worm off or if it was a something on the bottom. Took it off. It may have just been loose even. Okay, well that was interesting. That worm just broke in half as I was putting it on the hook. I'm gonna have to do this one a little differently. That I wanted, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead. Bubbling right here by us. And I missed my spot completely. Wind's starting to blow us out. Oh, there's a. I know that's just a log. First, I thought we had another heron over here. I'm not sure. Did we have fit on, or are we just dragging something big? We're dragging something huge. Okay. Yeah. Very large clump of weeds. It felt like a fish because of how big it was. We're gonna keep floating them by so we don't get stuck in the stuff. We're headed back towards there's a bunch of lily pads over there. We're headed towards. Nowhere. Ooh, I guess I made something mad. There's bubbles everywhere right here by me. we got one. Yeah, we got one this time. Come on. Ooh, big guy. Oh boy. All right. Oh, don't break my line. Don't break my line. Oh, come on. Come back. Come back. Give it a little slack. This is a decent size, whatever it is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's fighting hard. I don't know what this is, but it's big. Oh goodness, big catfish. All right. I gotta get my. It's not gonna do anything without the net this time. Come on. Bro, get in. Went back under. Come on. You got it. It's in the net. Okay. Woo! This is a monster. Okay, hang on. All right. Big guy. All right. I made the tools and stuff for this one, bro. Let it loose a little bit. All right. Uh-oh. May have lost my gloves, too. Oh, goody. It looks like I may have lost my gloves. Nope, there they are. Aaron Singh, congratulations. I just put the glove on upside down. All right, let's get this guy out. Open your mouth so I can get the hook out, dude. Let me get the pliers. I'm working on it, man. Mr. Impatient in here. Okay, stop. All right, we got the hook out. And my rod is now stuck, but okay. All right. Goodness, this guy's a biggie. Big boy. Big boy. Uh-oh. I lost TikTok in the midst of all that. Guys, I may have lost you for a minute. We got the catfish, though. We got them free. It's just a matter of getting them out of the net now without losing them, because that's what typically happens. We end up losing them because we're getting them out of the net. Big guy. Big guy. So we're going to try it on the scale this time, because we normally can't fight so much they get off before I'm able to get it. Oh, don't tell me my batteries are dead in the scale now. My batteries are dead in the scale. I'm not gonna be able to get it. Wait, and I forgot to bring my thing. This guy's at least 28 inches. Feels like he's a good 4 or 5 pounds at least. So we're gonna let him go after I try to get a picture here. Let him go. There he goes, swimming away. We are on the board, everybody. We are on the board. That was a big guy. So we need to change this. I think that is a new PB also. All right. Woo, that guy fought hard. Yes, indeed, Geo. G-Boy is correct. Chunky correct. That was an hour and 50 minutes in stream. So I can find the clip later. All right, let's get another worm on here. See if we can't get anything else while we're out here. We're not even over to where I was actually wanting to go. That was just one spot that we saw fish jumping, and it was a bass that we saw jumping. It was not that catfish we saw jumping. And so we figured we might as well throw over there. Sure enough, I need to move my net. All right, let's keep moving a little bit. We're gonna leave that in the water. Just while moving them. And of course, the one time I get a cat that actually cooperated for me is the day that my scale is out of batteries. Back measurement. I would say that was at 28 inches, if not 30, and it felt like a good 4 or 5 pounds at least. So I'm pretty positive that was a new PB for channel cats. Got a bunch of weed on it again. I'd be shocked if there was not a school of bass over here because you've got trees down on top of lily pads and a little alcove right off the channel. And there goes the blue heron. If Fred is still watching, blue heron just flew by again. Oh, sorry, I forgot to switch back. And I got more seed on it. All right, try. This is dangerous, but we're gonna try it. We're throwing right towards. Oh, ooh, good. Ooh, that was close. We almost lost it in the weeds, but we got it. Or the pads, we got it. We're okay. See if anything wants it. Sit there. Oh, we're stuck. Got out. Okay, we're good. I may have lost the worm, but I think we're okay. No, worm is still attached. Barely, but it's attached. It keeps moving up to different trees as they go by. Wind is going to blow me right into that tree instead of letting me go where I actually wanted to go. Oh, the wind's actually going to turn me. Okay. I'm not going to be able to get where I wanted to. We're just going to hopefully not get caught up right here. Just leave it on the edge for a minute. Huge fish just jumped in the middle of the lake. So I wish I could get like a 360 view of the boat at some point, because like the fish are jumping all over the place, but you guys can't see them. We're gonna get hit right here. It's like a flock of geese coming in. I'm not sure. We got something small on, or if it's just weeds. It's weeds. Lots of weeds. Oh, it took my worm off too. Get another one on. We got get moving here. We are about to fall into the not fall, but run into the lily pads again. Oh wow, yeah, there's nothing but grass for me to record here. Let's get moving out. Yeah, ton on. Wind's blowing us again. Let's get moving before we get stuck. And then we're gonna keep working our way around where we were headed originally. So we still have not even gotten to the spot that we were originally headed to like 2 hours ago. More weeds. More weeds. Let's get out of this. And then we're going to go ahead and make the announcement. And so, for those that have not been on earlier, we are tonight, hopefully, assuming everything goes right, launching the website we started talking about a week ago. So, we are putting a website together that has a user interface that allows you to find spots for water activity, outdoor activity, things like that. But provides you with information that the other apps just don't. So you are looking at things like what's the parking situation like? Is there ADA access? Is there stuff for the kids as far as like a playground, a campground? One of the parks we went to has an amusement park. Things like that where the stuff that the other apps don't tell you. Things like, are there public restrooms? Can I buy food and drink? Do they rent kayaks and boats? Do they sell bait? All of that kind of stuff is what typically days like today, where I know I have a very limited amount of time to get out. Where do I want to go? Where I know that I'm going to be able to actually, do what I want to do with it. Um, you know, am I going to be able to catch a fish here? What fish have people seen? Not what has been reported as being in the lake naturally. What have people actually seen in the lake? Um, you know, can I actually get my kayak in there? Can I park and put the kayak in? Can I, is there cell service? Because like when you stream like I do, if there's no cell service, then I can't stream. So at that point, I have to change up what I'm doing and what I'm targeting and everything else because I'm not streaming at that point. All that kind of information that these other apps don't provide, or if they provides you with all this kind of information. It also will have a blog that has some information as far as how to do things, as more for beginners or parents that have kids that are wanting to learn but you don't know yourself. That kind of information. So it should be launching tonight, the beta site. This is not going to be very fancy looking. It's just the initial generation, so we can start getting inputted spots beyond just what I have. So there currently I think are 18 or 19 spots. I got to add today's spot in still. But there's going to be a form on the website that you can fill out with places you want to go, and it doesn't even have to be fishing or kayaking related. If there's a body of water that you like to go to because of the fact that they've got the picnic area is nice, it's quiet, it has the rental stuff, it has forest trails, it has birding, whatever it might be, go ahead and enter that in so other people are able to find it, and hopefully save some time, and be able to get out and enjoy the water a little bit more than having to sit there on Google Maps and determine, can I even access this place? Getting there and find out that it's private or that it's a club, those sort of things that those other apps don't actually tell you. And in addition to that, like I said, we're hoping it's going to be a free site, but to keep it a free site, we've got to get a little bit of support moving. So we're also launching a Patreon page tonight, for the outdoor stuff that will allow us to be able to pay for the website and the registries and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned for all that. Best way to learn about it and make sure that you get the information is to be following us wherever you're watching right now, because we'll be putting information out there regardless of if it's a Misfit site or a KFM site or an Overwhelming Victory site. The information will go out on all of those things. And then so we will let you know as soon as it's up. And the super crazy chaotic long link to go to get to it for right now until we can afford to launch it fully with the domain name and everything like that. We're also on there. There will be a list of all the gear that we use on air, for those that are interested, because we have no support money at the moment. We're on a very low budget, so some affordable options for kayak fishing, as well as we may be stuck. I think we're good. As well as where to find it, where to buy it, whether you want to go somewhere local or just order it so that it's there. There's links on the website and equipment. And then, like I said, the beginner style blogs as far as like, hey, how do I know what kind of fish this is? What do I actually need to do? What do I actually need to buy? How do I get started? Even things like water safety. So like one of the first blogs that we made sure was written was one on why, no matter how budget friendly you want to be, the one thing you want to spend money on is the PFD. What a PFD is, what it means, what all the specifications for it mean, all of that. Yeah, we got a blog that'll have that kind of information as well. And we also, we lost our worm. We also are planning that here, once it gets too cold for us to be out on the water, that we're going to be able to start doing some more like instructional style how-to videos and things like that. And all that good stuff. So make sure, like I said, make sure you're subscribed everywhere. Stay up to date. And you can also find us on all the Meta or Facebook and Instagram. We're not on Threads. Facebook and Instagram as Misfit Outdoors. This guy. You can also follow our channel pages, so our broadcast network channels. So we are a part of two different broadcast networks. One of them is Overwhelming Victory, which is a sports ministry, sports rec and fitness ministry resourcing organization. And then The other one is KFM Broadcasting, which is what we typically are doing on a Friday morning. Is we are in the middle of the KFM Broadcasting flagship show, Kingdom on the Road. But my co-hosts were unavailable today, so you guys are just stuck with me in the kayak, just doing this instead. But you can, if you go to kfmbroadcasting.com, if you go to overwhelmingvictory.org, or find KFM or Overwhelming Victory on Facebook or Instagram or any place else, you'll also be able to get the links and stuff once we launch them. So we are almost over where we were headed to begin with, which is right here by where we've got some people whose homes have the fishing docks out, which typically means that we're going to find something over here. Whether it's a cat or bass or just some sunfish that's typically fed over in those areas. Let's toss towards these rocks. Let's see. Got anything over here? I don't know if it's fish or not. No, more weeds. The wind has picked up. It was not windy when we first started, and now it is. So we're gonna have to get in a better spot to do this. Uh-oh, the wind. Ooh. Wind almost took me right into a tree. Maybe too grassy over here to do anything, actually. All right, we're gonna scoot up a little bit away from all this grass. Oh yeah, it's really grassy. I can see it now. hawk right here. All right, we're gonna throw underneath this tree. Let's see. I'd imagine with the presence of the hawk and the tree and the fact that this is where it gets deep, that we should find somebody over here. It's just a matter of if they're hungry or not. Oh, something stuck. Oh my goodness, it's huge. It's a huge clump of grass and weed nonsense. This wind is so strong that I have a hard time seeing, but I guess I should have brought my anchor. When we got here, there was no need for it. It was perfectly still, and like there was nothing to worry about at all. Now all of a sudden we're barely able to stay in one spot. I don't know if it's just this portion of the reservoir or if it's just that the wind has picked up. Hawk's having a hard time flying too, so I guess it's just the wind, but it's completely opposite how it was when we first got here. Something just surfaced right here, but I don't know what it was. See if it goes after the worm that's trailing or not. Oh, hang on. We got a fish on, I think. I may have let go. That was definitely more than just seaweed. There was an actual like hole Let's keep moving because we're losing ground again. You can actually see the bottom here. It's very grassy right here. I don't know if this is how the whole lake is or not. I would think if the whole lake was, then it would be a little bit clearer. But we also did have a good amount of rain last night, so it may just be that it's just murky today. Ooh, there's a rock or something sticking out of the water right here. Watch. Wind's died down for a minute. We're gonna throw right here. Oh, this is not where I thought it was. I thought I was getting back towards the tunnel to go, but it's not. For those that were not here at the beginning, we are on the other side of the highway from where we parked. We had to go through a little tunnel underneath the water. Oh, you got one? Oh my goodness, I don't know. We can't tell. No, we're stuck. All right, hang on. There we go. I think we're okay now. Either we have one that's just not fighting hard, but fighting enough, or we're stuck on something. Oh, we got a huge thing of grass. Just hit me in the face. Huge thing. I bet you. Yeah. And I lost the worm. Sorry. We're going to put another worm on. We're going to very quickly try this wall over here, because typically you've got fish on these kind of walls. And then we're going to start working our way back towards the truck. we do gotta get moving here. Again, be on the lookout. Make sure you're following us for everything. We're gonna have the links for the database going out here today with information on how to add your favorite spots. That way, the more we have, the better off it is. So at the moment, there's nothing but Northeast Ohio spots on there, and we want more than just Northeast Ohio spots. So go ahead and make sure you are following us so that you are able to get the link once we go live. Trying to get turned around here. Stuck in all these weeds at the moment. Nasty stuff. So yeah, go follow us on Facebook, Instagram. It's Misfits Outdoors. On TikTok, it's wherever you're watching right now. Twitch, it's the Mr. Misfit one, so it's at Mr. Misfit. YouTube, there's a couple of different options, but then also you can follow all the KFM Broadcasting or Overwhelming Victory resources pages as well, and you'll get all the information there too. Throw out here. Let it just sit for a minute while we find our way back. And Fred, I don't know if you're still on or not, but I can probably get the herons on screen here in a minute. Because they're just sitting here on a log. So one of the other things we want to do is eventually be able to get a camera that will allow us to be able to take pictures of stuff like this. Ooh, not that. I don't know if you guys can see it or not on TikTok, but the heron just pooped very, very a very large amount, to the point that we were able to see it very clearly right here. Actually, those aren't even herons. Those are those like mallard duck type stuff. All right, let's keep moving up and around. Here we are. We're moving good now. We've got a little bit of wind break from the trees up ahead, so we're actually able to get a little bit of speed again. Yeah, I probably should have waited to do that until I got up here. Let's see this little spot. Let's go ahead and bring that back in. Feels like I wonder if I even have a worm on still. Feels like I don't even have a worm on. Oh, I do. Okay. And we got grass. Nope, we got loose. There we go. That's exactly what we want. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a minute. Slowly reel it in. All right, we're gonna keep moving. I'm gonna toss this back in a good spot. Oh, we lost the worm that time, I think. And then immediately got stuck on the grass. All right. We're gonna put a worm on and then we're gonna keep moving. All right, let's get it out there. Got a little knot going on. All right, let's get moving back where we need to be. So we're on our way back towards the truck. It's going to take us a little while because we drifted much further than I thought we did. That or we spent more time over on that area where we lost the fish and we were watching them jump around mocking us. We spent more time over there than I thought we did. I'm not sure what we got. I can't tell. I think we just got more weeds than what we got. Yeah. Now we got to watch because I just saw there's a log over here that is just barely sticking out of the water and at times even submerges. And that's something that could very easily poke a hole in the hull of my yak, and I don't want that. So all right. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. Bunch of planes flying overhead. I'm not sure. Yeah. This is where you need to turn or not. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure if this is. I think this may be the tree that we came in around. Right. Let's listen. Where did that move? All right, let's go see what we're dealing with here. To get up here, we'll be able to see if we are at the tunnel or not. Looks like this might be it. No? I guess not. It's not. Must be the next one up that is. Oh, no. I take that back. Maybe it is. We were throwing shrimp right here when we came to the first. Oh, maybe not. Wow. This is very difficult to tell if it is or not. Ooh, we got a bite. Yeah, we got one. Oh, just let go again. Maybe. No, it's a stick. That's what it was. And this is not where we need to be. So we need to keep moving forward anyway. That felt like a bite and a pull, but it was just a stick. All right, let's keep moving because we are not in the right spot. Oh, and I've been in the wrong camera view for a while, apparently. My bad. All right, so it's further up that we need to go. Right. I think so. Yeah, there's no tunnel there. All right, we gotta go up a little bit more. Don't know how far. We gotta go up. There are just a lot of just nooks and crannies all over this reservoir. It's hard to, yeah, not used to it, which this is the first time I've been here. A little difficult to navigate, especially since the parking is on the opposite side of the highway. Ooh. dragon. Hello. Ooh, there's something right there. Grass just won't come off. There it goes. I am almost positive. Yep, I lost my worm. Gonna put another one on, and then we're gonna drag as we keep working our way back to finding our vehicle on the other side of the road. Again, for those that are just joining or haven't heard, we are announcing today during this stream that the database we've been working on for about a week or so will be live tonight, hopefully. Assuming nothing's coming up that's going to derail that. What it is it's going to be a website with a free water database. So this database is one that is going to be user inputted. So you guys will have a form that you can fill out as far as places that you like to go. That is not like the typical ones you have with the apps where they give you a bunch of complicated scientific information and complex things and saying that you need to throw this at this angle and all that kind of stuff. Instead, it's going to have the information that more of us are beginners or just starting out have been looking for. So it's going to be more of stuff like water clarity. Is it a lake or a river? Does it have ADA access? Does it sell bait? Does it rent out kayaks? Does it what fish have we seen in there? Not what fish do they say live in there because of the region and all that, but what fish have we actually seen there? Is there stuff for the kids? Is there, are there playgrounds nearby? Is there a picnic area? Is there a campground? In the case of one of the places that we've gone to, there's an amusement park right there on the site. There's a pool on site. What kind of stuff is there? Is there cell service? Is there parking? Where can we park? All that kind of stuff is the information that we want to start having easier access to for people that are just wanting to get out and get, whether it's to kayak, whether it's to fish, whether it's just to be outdoors. Things like, is it a place where you can find wildlife? Is it a place where you can find birds? Are horses allowed? Is there bike trails? All that kind of stuff to allow for easier people to have easier access to be able to just get out and moving and doing stuff outdoors. So that is all going to be launching tonight. In addition to that, there's also going to be a blog that has some more beginner style tips and things like that, and budget tips and things like that, as far as like where to go for quality but not quite as expensive gear. What gear is okay to cheap out on, what gear is not okay to cheap out on, stuff like that, as well as guides to being able to identify the difference between like a largemouth and a smallmouth bass. The difference between bluegill and green sunfish, which when you misdiagnose what they are on Facebook, people throw a fit about. Stuff like that, where we want to be able to offer that kind of stuff. We're offering it for free because we don't want it to have to be a hassle. The whole point of this is that it's going to make things easier for people to be able to just get out and get going when they have time, and explore some different areas, whether it's in their area or whether it's somewhere that they're traveling, wherever it may be, to be able to do that much easier and without the complications of having to pay for a subscription or for an app or all that kind of stuff. So that is going to be launching. The beta site for it is going to be launching tonight. So it's not going to be as nice looking as it should in the future. It's not going to have all the bugs worked out, all that, but it will be up and people will be able to start sending us their submissions for us to be able to add it to the database. And then in addition to that, like I said, we want to make it free, but we still have to pay for it. So we're also launching a Patreon for those that are interested in helping us pay for that and pay for some of the other stuff that we got to do related to it. that would be helpful as well. So all of that is going to be launching this evening at some point. So make sure you are following us on wherever you're watching at the moment. So that way you can get all the information you need, or you can follow the KFM broadcasting channels or the CSRM and Overwhelming Victory channels. There's a heron right there. All that kind of stuff to get that, or you can follow Misfits, the Mr. Misfit pages, and of course all the Misfits Outdoors ones as well. So we are hopefully almost back to the little tunnel. We're gonna reel this in case that heron does not move when we approach. I really don't want him coming after us. Although Fred from earlier would love that. And if you're watching this and you don't fish, you don't kayak, but you like the outdoors and you like this idea, you can still submit your stuff. If you don't have all the information, that's okay. Just submit what you can, and then we'll fill in the gaps with what we're able to fill in. But let us know where you like to go, what you like to do. There's a slot on there to show if there's a bike trails, hiking trails, all that kind of stuff. It's not just for fishing, kayaking. It's for people to be able to just find places to go. It's really all it is. This guy's gonna let us come right on him. There he goes. All right, here's where we came in. I recognize those rocks up there. So we're almost back to the tunnel here. No, well, if he was sitting here, there's probably no fish right here because he would have been going after him. We'll go ahead and throw him out just in case. Hey, thanks for all those likes, Nevada. So be sure you're following us so that way you can help us get some Nevada area spots up on there. And the goal is USA and Canada. If you are not at either one and want to add them, feel free. But we're mainly going to be targeting the US and Canada because otherwise there would be way too many spots to put in. And like you don't even this isn't something where we want you to go and tell everybody exactly where to go and what to throw and everything like that. It's literally just a general idea of what the water area is like. So like we have at the moment 4 different entries for the Tuscarawas River because there's so many entry points to it, and all of them are a little bit different in terms of water quality, in terms of the parking situation and everything else. So you don't have to feel like you're giving up your secret sauce or the spot that is your go-to, because not everybody's going to be able to find your spot. It's just going to be a matter of people are going to know that the water exists and be able to get there. What just happened over here? I don't know what just happened there. Restream, my bad. All right, here we go. I think the water droplet hit the spot that makes you disappear. So we're going to be getting off here shortly anyway. So we're almost back to the tunnel that we came in. not sure. I may have lost my blur. That or something jumped right next to where the bait landed. All right, let's keep moving. I don't know why I keep losing you guys over here. I did this the other day too. Well, it's definitely not to the right because that's a giant tree, not an outlet out. So we know that. We are working our way back to the tunnel. I would imagine there are probably a good amount of fish back there because it's kind of secluded off, and some trees down and things like that. And I lost Facebook again. All right, Facebook. So we're gonna have to YouTube. We're gonna have to shut this down because for some reason my phone thinks that you are not active or I'm not active or any of that, and so we're gonna go ahead and close out here again. Make sure you're following us everywhere so you are notified when we go live with the sites and with Patreon and all that. And then we will be back out at some point next week. Kingdom on the Road should be back next week as well. So yeah, make sure you're following us, all that good stuff. Felt like there was something on here. They disappeared again. Yeah, I don't know what is going on over there with YouTube, but we're going to call it good so that way it doesn't keep